Howdy friends, welcome back to the Eclectic Sam YouTube channel and welcome to my eclectic corner of YouTube, where I predominantly talk about reselling and selling on eBay, thrifting and other things like that. But from time to time we may go on a little trip, go to a museum or something like that, talk about history or have a little story. Before we get started, you see down below that little subscribe button? If you will, hit that. It helps me out, plus it gives you the ability to see what's coming in the future. If you're already a subscriber, you know I haven't posted anything in a while. I've just been busy as, life catches up to you. I've had a little bit of illnesses and been kind of down in the dumps, so hadn't felt like I wanted to do any videos, but thought I needed to get my boots back in and do a little video talking about what sold recently on eBay. Past few weeks, the sales been pretty good. Sold more higher dollar items than usual. I try to keep a good mix of low end, low price items and high end, high price items. But this video I'm going to focus on items that were about $20 or higher, just so you can see some of the better stuff that sold. There were quite a few items that were under $20, but let's just see what we sold that was over that. The first item was a vintage Ferrari hat. It was from the 70s or 80s. It was what's called dead stock, which means it was never worn, brand new hat. And that hat sold for $89.99. With free shipping, and I did get that from a online auction that I buy from on a high bid, and I believe I paid about $20 for that hat. I was real happy to find that and even happier to sell it, so that was good profit. Next up was a Buddy L vintage drag racing car, a little funny car. It was probably about that big, and it sold for $19.99 plus shipping, and I found that at my local thrift store. I paid, I believe, $2 for it, so that was a good little sale. That car actually comes in different colors. The blue color was about the mid-level price one. I believe there was a red one that's worth a little bit more. Next up was a Peter Millar button-up men's shirt. Sold for $19.99 plus shipping. I got that at Goodwill for $5. Peter Millar is a very good brand to find. Doesn't sell for as much as it used to, but and also that shirt should have probably sold for more. But I'm wanting to clear out a lot of my clothing. I'm getting burnt out on clothing. It takes a little bit more work to photograph and measure them and everything. And I feel like my time could be spent better than just, photographing and measuring items that I only make $10, $15 on. I still do some of the vintage clothes that I make high dollars on, but trying to get away from some of the newer stuff. Next up, I've been going through some of my personal collections of things. Some of you know that I do collect various items. One collection that I was going through is my watch collection. I have muscular dystrophy, and my arms, if you can see, are real thin. And heavy watches kind of weight down my arm and kind of make them go to sleep a little bit. This watch right here is an Armorlight brand watch. It was an automatic watch. Beautiful, beautiful watch, but I couldn't wear it. So I thought there's no need in having an expensive watch in my collection that I can't wear. I took a best offer of $200 for that watch. I'd originally listed it for $259.99. So that went to a home where hopefully the person will get to enjoy it, and that's the way it rolls. But think about that. If you're wanting to build a little bit of an eBay business or get some extra capital, go through your personal items that you don't use. don't be a hoarder like I am. You know, that sometimes things that you don't use or you don't need, you're better off with the money than the item. Next up was a vintage Goldfield mechanical pencil cross brand, sold for $20 with free shipping. Now, it was originally a set of pen and pencil, but the pen was missing from this. But it sold for $20, and I got that from a junk drawer lot a while back, and I probably had no more than about $1 in it. Next up is another vintage hat. It was vintage Pikes Peak hat. If you're not familiar with Pikes Peak, it's a large mountain. There's actually a big race that goes on there every year. It's a big hilltop race. But that hat sold for $21.99 plus shipping. And it came from a local thrift store, and I believe I paid $2 for that. My local thrift store sells hats for $2. So whenever you find a good hat there for $2, you might as well get it. Next up is another item from my personal collection of items. It's kind of unique. For a while, I was collecting movie props and, famous people's wardrobes and stuff like that. This was a wardrobe item from Danielle Colby. If some of you watch American Pickers, the woman on there, Danielle, she actually is a burlesque dancer as well. And a while back, she was selling off some of her outfits, and I bought this from her with a letter of authenticity and her, her autograph and everything. I was going to have it framed and put it in my entertainment room that I'm doing, but I went a different way with the decorations in that room. So I thought, what the heck, I might as well sell it. I can't wear it. But it sold for $200 with free shipping. And I believe I paid right about $100 for that. So I did make money off of it. And, there's a popular person out there. And I think it went to England as well. So it was pretty neat. Next up, a while back, I bought from a Facebook group that I'm a member of. It's called Vintage Drag Racing Parts and Accessories or something like that, where people can sell their vintage racing stuff. I bought a lot of 5 vintage drag racing banners. The big banners that you see on the side of the roads when there's a big race or whatever going on. These were brand new old stock banners. And I paid right at $20 or $25 a piece for them. The first one sold for $115 with free shipping. And I've got 4 more of those. They're different designs. So hopefully I'll sell the other ones pretty quick. That was a good little sell right there for me. Now the next one is one of the biggest sales I've had in a while. It's very, very rare. As a matter of fact, this is the only one that I could find. Vintage Bridgestone tire banner, fabric banner from 1979. It has Superman on it, but it was from Japan. If you see on the picture, wherever it is up here, it has the Japanese writing on it. It's advertising Bridgestone tires. And a large banner, and I originally listed it for $7.99. Within a couple of days, I got an offer for $350. Nah, that ain't gonna work. So I countered offered to them to $575, which was what I was willing to get. And they immediately countered offer again for $500. So I should shoot. What the heck? I only paid $175 for it, so that's some good profit right there on an item that sold pretty quick. The thing of it is, I sat on it for a long time before I photographed it because I wasn't looking forward to photographing it. It was so big. So that's a good example of Don't let expensive things sit in your death pile too long. Next up is a Burberry shirt, a men's Burberry, and it sold for $31.99 with free shipping. I bought that at Salvation Army for, I believe it was $4. Very surprised to find Burberry. That's the first Burberry piece that I've ever found. Last item was a Etsy sale. It was a vintage Romans, mid-century modern Eisenhower, you know, the little short jackets. It's women's, it was patchwork, and it sold for $49.99. I believe I had about $4 into that jacket. This is an example of brand isn't necessarily important, but the style helped. It being that unique patchwork style, it brought some good money, and I love selling the vintage clothes because you usually make real good money off of those. But that's everything that I wanted to share with you today. One thing that I wanted to say though is I harp on keep moving forward, but sometimes I don't move forward. Don't let your mind get a hold of you in life in general, not even just reselling, but sometimes it's hard to balance out life and things like that. But always stay on top of it. Keep on moving forward, even if it's just a little inch. Myself, like I said, I've been having some health issues and some depression and stuff like that, and it's been hard on me to try and balance out doing the eBay and trying to build this YouTube channel. But in the end, I'm just going to keep moving forward, and hopefully I can start doing a video at least once a week, and maybe get out and do some more traveling. If you hadn't seen my last video where I went to a local museum, go check that out. It's a pretty neat history museum from my local area. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, and as I said before, always subscribe if you haven't already. And if you'd like to comment down below any questions, suggestions, or anything like that, feel free to. I'd love to say hi to you. But until next time, my friends, I love you. Bye.